Good morning, Ruskin enjoyers. Hope you're alright, 'cause it's time for the predictions video. A good 16 hours ago, all these skins appeared in the last Rust store for August 2025, and basically in this video, we need to go ahead and try and figure out of all these skins, which of them potentially might be the best investment for this week, or which of these skins might help us walk away with some sweet, delicious looking profit. So sit back, relax, I'm going to start yapping. I fell asleep. Made sure the rotation video is all good, all fine. I fell asleep. But I realised what happened after I woke up after a few hours. Quickly got up. I was like, oh, I better get the predictions video done then. So I quickly put on my my little gown thing here from Twitch. Anyway, I have to warn all of you. 16 hours in, and some of the sales I'm looking at here are pretty ridiculous. Sinotype Clothes, already 15,000 plus subscribers. More specifically, Black Ops Bow, 12,000 plus. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people assume it has pay-to-win transparency. No, it's not helpful. It's not. It has the transparency, but it's like, oh, I can see a little bit more of the sky. Consider watching my Rust rotation video. You can skip ahead, look in the chapters in the description. Skip ahead to the Black Ops Bow showcase. It's not that helpful, and I'm actually very much concerned about that now. Partly it's because of the excess of sales, but partly because next week we delve into September. Yep, we're yapping about this again. Let me just remind all of you, last year, for the summer, we had a pretty good player count, like all 90,000 plus on the average player count, very good. We roll into September, where did almost a quarter of the people disappear to? They went back to school, back to education. So, oh dear. However, you may recall last year we had the World Update in October, and then loads of people turned up, strong momentum towards the end of the year, and then we had a record-breaking amount of people playing for the January Forcewipe. I'm hoping everything lines up again. We're still waiting for the Naval Update, but from here and now, September, October, November, you should expect prices for skins to drop off. So as I look at the sales at the moment, I am concerned, because if they sell a little bit too much, a lot more of them will be appearing on the Steam market. When people don't play Rust as much, they're more than happy to sell their skins, list their skins in the Steam market. And typically during September, October, November, more people are trying to sell their skins rather than buy, which leads to prices going down. Lots of potential problems. I hope it doesn't go on for too long. Last year with the World Update, it didn't really last for too long, but prices still did go down. Consider looking at inventories. Consider making some sales whilst you can, because prices are expected to drop off. But inevitably, they're also expected to rebound as we go through Christmas and post-Christmas. The new year, January 2026. Be prepared. You've been informed. Right. So as I look at all these skins, I have to consider what potentially is the best investment for this week. What's going to be the most reliable? First of all, buy orders for sure. Yes, I've given you the warning about what's looming around just around the corner. But if I were to pick a skin, I think I will still pick with Sinotype. Now let me give you this warning. With the last Sinotype box we got, if I could just quickly navigate over to here, show you this. There we are. So this was what, 2 weeks ago? Yep. That tools box, 24 hours in, almost 21,000 subscribers. Unfortunately, the very next Rust store, we had complete the sets. I mean, it wasn't very unfortunate, but we didn't see a Sinotype skin. People panicked, and the prices did drop off. Now, with the arrival of this today, it kind of recovered. If I could just show you this. Okay, look, Sinotype Tools, it was down a fair bit, close to about $2. Now it's boosted back up to its Rust store price again. Yippee! We are anticipating a full proper collection all the way up to 15 and beyond. We'll see. Will it stick around until November? Not sure. I'm somewhat convinced it might end as we hit Halloween. We might have 3 weeks of Halloween this year, much like last year. So, okay, cool, fair enough. The more the merrier. Will we see another storage collection appear immediately afterwards? Hopefully no. But as time goes on, long term, I do expect it to work out quite nicely. Now, how long will that be? At the very least, as we hit January time, I'd expect these to pop off quite nicely, especially with the expectation of a lot of people turning up for January Forcewipe. And let me remind you, January Forcewipe is January 1st. January 1st, 2026. Oh my. So, okay, cool, fair enough. Right then, so you're probably better off with a buy order. Clothes box, of course, is an abnormal skin. And if you don't know what abnormals are, let's hop over to YouTube once again. As you'll see, the most recent Ruskin Abnormal Barders video is located over here. Consider watching the Ruskin Abnormal Barders video for August 28, 2025. We looked at all the complete the set skins. We made considerations for prices. We raced to put the Barders down when the abnormal skins appeared. That jacket, that looked pretty appealing. The sheet metal door also looked very appealing. I'd just like to point out, I actually made some purchases. I think I still got it all out here. Yes, I do. Right. I went and bought 35 Legacy Kevlar jackets, 20 camouflage jackets, 20 Space Raider roadside gloves and boots, and 30 Oasis sheet metal double doors. After the buy orders, it looked like the skins were going to be very reliable. It actually looked like they're going to retain their value. And I could see that thanks to the early abnormal buy orders. So consider watching the first 5 minutes of this video, scroll down, skip ahead to the Barders chapter, and then watch the abnormal Barder support. You'll basically get the general gist. Abnormal skins, they become marketable before the roster even rotates, about 20 hours beforehand. It's a very, very useful advantage to have. So, okay, cool. We've got that all nice and addressed. I'm sure you understand by now. Sinotype, it might not be a great short term, but long term, I definitely see the prospect. I would definitely stick with a Barder, because we're not 100% sure how bad could it be as we go through October. But I'm still expecting more skins to be accepted during October. So, okay, fair enough. But we're not going to have any when it's Halloween. So, yeah. Looking at all the remaining skins, I think I want to talk about Tomb of the Octopus Wooden Double Door. I don't know if we're going to see any more Wooden Double Door skins, aka next week. If you aren't fully well aware, recently in the official Ruskin Making Discord, which should be linked in the description, there has been an initiative to see items that don't get that many skins accepted getting a push. So in July, with the first instance of this, all the skin creators were encouraged to make salvage dice pick skins. And what happened? We got 4 of them accepted in a row, and then a 5th one quite recently. Next month, August 2025, Wooden Double Doors. Now we did have the charity skin, but that wasn't really included with that. We have seen Legacy Wooden Double Door, Military Storage Wooden Double Door, and now Tomb of the Octopus Wooden Double Door. Initially I was a bit sceptical because we don't really see that many Wooden Double Doors being accepted, like ever, and now suddenly 4 in the same year. I'm still kind of expecting potentially seeing another Wooden Double Door next week. You may recall, we got 4 Savage Dice picks. Will we see 4 Wooden Double Doors? There's plenty of submissions. Over the past month, I've seen around 50 submissions. Very nice, cool looking designs. Consider going to my YouTube, look at my YouTube shorts. I've showcased a lot of Wooden Double Door skins. Tomb of the Octopus is nice. Its collection isn't exactly super in demand. But with Himic being very, very happy with the acceptance today, I wouldn't be surprised if he makes another attempt for it. Another attempt for the sheet metal double door, the rug. Why not a furnace? Why not lockers? Go for it. A nice aquatic theme as we get closer and closer to the naval update. So, ooh, okay, maybe we might start seeing a lot more aquatic theme skins, boat theme skins. Ooh, keep an eye on it. So, okay, fair enough. But the Wooden Double Doors. If everything goes back to normal with the upcoming, Rust Workshop skin submissions, aka if we don't see that many Wooden Double Door skins being submitted again, and therefore not, end up not seeing that many Wooden Double Door skins being accepted, yeah, I think that will work out quite nicely. And I just can't help but assume things most likely will end up in that way. Rarely will we see Wooden Double Door skins being accepted, like we did see in the past. So, okay, let's see if it actually happens. But I'm still kind of expecting next week for September Forcewipe that we'll see another Wooden Double Door. If we don't, okay, that should help that out. Things aren't terrible over here, but it's funny. Transparent Wooden Double Door, plain regular Wooden Double Door, no transparency, no glow. And this right here, glow in the dark. So, why can't we have both? We have it right there, the charity skin. All right, fair enough. So, okay, cool. Long term, I think the Tomb of the Octopus Wooden Double Door could work out ever so nicely. Looking at all these other skins, I think by default, I have to mention Night Demon Tier 3. We got a brand new clothing armor set. Yippee! But is it actually going to get a collection continuation? So this includes Mr. Little Ranger. And earlier this year, let me remind you, he got his Shogun Tier 3 accepted. And whilst he made many attempts to continue it with Tier 2, wasn't accepted. That's it. That's all we got, tier 3. Nothing else. Look what happened to it. Negative 56, negative 69. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. We need to keep an eye out on the workshop over the course of this weekend. Will we see more Night Demon? If we do, okay, things might look pretty appealing, pretty interesting. But how many collections are we looking forward to potentially getting collection continuations? Did we get Island Assault Jacket? I don't think we did. I don't think we did. No. Okay then. Where's my tire tier 3? Where's my Black Alligator collection continuations? There's plenty of things that could have been accepted, but nope, another brand new collection. Very well then. Well, yeah, I guess we're going to have to hope to see more of this now. But if we do, if I see hoodie and pants, if I see tier 2, if I see boots and gloves for Night Demon, I would expect that to spike in price, as per usual. So, okay, fair enough. Looking at the remaining skins, I think I want to talk about Abyss Large Backpack. So it's the second lowest selling skin at the moment. If I take a look at the Abyss collection, I think you can tell it's fairly in demand. A decent amount of these skins are in the green, and they're up in price ever so nice. During the past summer, they have worked out quite nicely. They've been selling quite regularly. It's in demand to a point. Looking at all the clothing and armour, tier 3, 26 to 27,000 subscribers, unfortunately, sold quite a lot more compared to the rest of the clothing and armour. Tier 2, that sold between 14 to 16,000 subscribers. Hoodie and pants, that did about 14,000 subscribers. But a year or so later, we saw the roadside gloves and the boots being accepted. They sold a fair bit less. Look at them now. Roadside gloves, $6 after selling for $2 in the Rush store. Boots sold for $1.49. Now they sell for $4.56. They both tripled in price. If the Abyss Large Backpack sells considerably less compared to the clothing armour here, I think it could work out quite nicely. If it matches up to the boots and the roadside glove sales, that's fine. If it sells less than them, ooh, that might be interesting. But we've got to wait it out. This is also abnormal, right? We can wait it out. We can make use of the time. We'll look at the sales on Wednesday night next week, and if it's fairly all right, okay, it may very well be nice and approachable for a good buy order, maybe even a nice consideration for a purchase or two. So, all right, fair enough. What about all the remaining skins? So by default, I think Dominus Mortis MP5 is a good shout to a point, but I wouldn't be surprised if it drops off. With the other skins, they're not down terribly bad. They're a little bit better compared to the other skins, but they are still down. I shall point out, the Dominus Mortis MP5 does have a transparent aim sight. You can get a good look at that in my rust rotation video. Perfectly fine option. But Heat Seeker MP5 is definitely a lot more approachable, like a lot more helpful. And it's not that expensive. If I was to go over to here, on the front page of Rust Steam Market, I mean, normally you see it on the front page. I'm kind of surprised I didn't see it. What about page 2? Oh, there you go. It's usually there. So as you can see, right now, it's currently sitting here at $2.60. 60 cents more, you could just get that. And I'm sure you're fully well aware the transparency in this is ridiculous. Wait a little bit longer, maybe around October time, especially with all these people here, these other people listing absurd amounts. I won't be surprised if it drops off in price. It is expected, or to full seasonal dip. So as long as this is nice and affordable to a point, I'm sorry to say, but I don't think the MP5 is going to be doing super great. It's nice for what it is. It's just, yeah, yeah. And we do have other Twitch drops and whatnot that also have nice bit, transparency for an MP5. In fact, we got them this year. So as you can see over to here, you may recall we got the Augusta Bell MP5. I can't remember if Tannizens has transparency, but wouldn't surprise me. So yeah, also take note, down in price, slightly down in price, down in price, down in price, down. Only one skin's in the positive. Out of the past 2 years, only one MP5 is in the positive. That does not look good. No. So that is concerning, but wait it out. Maybe it doesn't sell too much. But based on what I'm seeing here, it looks like it's selling a fair bit. So yeah, I'm a bit concerned. Now I'll talk about Black Ops Bow. Personally, I do not think this is super beneficial, the transparency. On a crossbow, transparency is super useful. That's why we made such a big fuss about the Stinger crossbow. But for a bow, yippee, I can see a bit more of the sky. Now, it's not like these two skin creators have been bigging it up, saying, guys, it's super helpful, super pay to win. No, it's other people that have said this. So consider watching my rust rotation video again, as I said a little bit earlier. Give it a good watch, and you can tell me, Hedge, oh, actually, I might be able to see a UFO. Whatever. Anyway, It looks nice. Of course, it's a collection continuation for the Black Ops collection, but weapon only collection, oh dear, oh dear. Wow, the revolver's actually gone down in price. Oh my, that's not good. Oh, that's a little bit concerning. Yep. So overall, I can't help but assume it's going to end up like a typical hunting bow. What do you mean by that, Hedge? You know what? You know how we just talked about the MP5s just a minute ago? I mentioned like in the past 2 years, only one's in the positive. Yeah. Now they're not all down super bad, but they are down. Down -22, -29, -10, -29, -27, down 41, down 35, down 19, down 40. Not all the way down to $1, but still down. So I'm sorry to say, with the amount of sales I'm seeing here, it is getting a little bit worrisome. 12,000 minimum sales now. Quick refresh. Can we update it? 12,200. Over the course of like, what, 15 minutes as I've been talking, an extra 200 subscribers, an extra 200 people have bought that bow. It's a bit alarming, isn't it? Yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. So, okay. If you want to buy one for yourself, by all means, buy it, use it, enjoy it. Support the skin creator. Keep them nice and motivated to keep wanting to put out nice creative designs in the future. However, as an investment, unfortunately, that skin right there is not abnormal. So Wednesday night, we'll look at the sales, we'll make considerations, but even then, I'm still not confident with it. Sorry to say. And lastly, Glister Boots. Now, with the arrival of the boots, and let me tell you, these waited 3 years to finally be accepted. But yet again, it's another instance where a pair of boots have been waiting for a very long time, and now they've been accepted. The arrival of this did lead to Glister skins going up in price ever so nice. More specifically, the Tier 2 and the hoodie and pants. Let me point out, we don't have Tier 3. I don't think this is going to last forever. I will not be surprised if it goes back down again afterwards. Over the past 3 or so years, Glister collection hasn't really been in demand. It's not its fault, but it's very shiny. How shiny? Consider watching the Rust Rotation video. Look in the description, skip ahead to the Glister showcase. My goodness, it's ever so shiny. So, I'm not sure if that's what everybody wants. However, if they want to be seen and whatnot, then yeah, okay, maybe people will want to buy it, but I don't think that's going to happen. Boots, maybe they won't sell that much. It is the lowest selling skin. But the collection has to be in demand for it to work out. If I could quickly go over to here. If I could just show you previous boot skins we've seen. So I'm on Skinlytics. JPEG boots weren't exactly doing super great. Seems they have actually recovered though. That's interesting. If I could go to the Steam Marketplace. Yeah, oh, no. The price isn't up to date. JPEG collection wasn't actually that in demand. But with the arrival of the boots, there was the spike in demand, spike in price. But that came and went. Look at that now. Oh dear. I'm a bit worried that this is the likely outcome for the Glister Boots. So, yeah. I think that is probably the best thing to take, consideration from. And yeah, okay, right. So that is basically everything then. We've covered it all. 8 skins in total. That's all good. Shall we now keep you informed of what's, expected with next week, the September Forcewipe? So, in regards to what we see in the commits, there doesn't seem to be that much. The only thing that we're expecting next week is the decorative lighting DLC. Now, I'm sure if you keep track of Mr. Protox on Twitter, you'll notice he's been showcasing various things on his own YouTube. He's quite literally showcased the whole pack. Consider giving that a good watch. That'll be linked in the description. But yeah, it's interesting. It's not like it's going to be huge content that people are going to go super crazy for. Being realistic with you. But nothing else has really been said. It's just been decorative lighting pack, decorative lighting pack, decorative lighting pack. So the only thing that is obviously, keeping us really, really anticipating and whatnot, naval update. There's been mentions that you're going to need to take a portal to go to the deep sea section with the naval update and whatnot. Probably to save the whole server from probably, being stuttery. Save the frames. It really does look like it's going to be a really, really big update. And I know a lot of people are very, 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 very hyped up for it. But is it going to be October or is it going to be November? It is expected to happen before the end of this year. We'll just have to wait and see. And now lastly, I'd like to point out the Twitch drop submission. My Twitch drop submission. You may recall, I showcased the first Rust store that had workshop skins, August 2015. I uploaded a video showcasing that last Saturday. I asked people, hey, I've got 2 designs, which of course I'll showcase to you real quickly with the second version, V2. I asked which one did you prefer. Version 1 got a lot more support. Version 1 is the winner. That is a submission. Who knows if I actually get that, like, accepted as a Twitch drop. But thank you very much to everyone who responded. Thank you very much for all the support over the years and whatnot, guys. Thank you once again to Mr. Milho Frito. Awesome Twitch drop skin. Very fun design. I hope you look forward to it. But being very realistic with you, it probably won't happen until maybe another homebrew event. If I'm lucky. That might not be until early next year. I can confirm to you, something's happening in September. But it's definitely not going to have me in it. I know that for a fact. So, okay. Keep an eye out. Some interesting things are about to happen. Keep an eye on the Play Rust Twitter. Keep an eye out for the blog post next week. I think you can look forward to what's happening. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So, once again, thank you very much for watching the video. Greatly appreciate it. You can consider staying up to date with all the recent skin submissions. Rust Workshop skin checks, for example. August 26th. Lots of collection continuations, all chaptered out. You're more than welcome to go give that a good watch if you want. And yeah, that is everything. So thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Best of luck to you and your investments. Go look at all your skins in your inventory. If they're older skins, go look at their sales history. Go look at previous years as that skin went through September, October, November. If you see it routinely goes down in price, maybe you might want to consider selling those skins now. Pick them up for a cheaper price in early October. Maybe you could flip them again, January time, if you so wish. And that's it. That's a wrap. Catch you later. Say goodbye.